Good morning, people. Today we're going to be drawing my dream wedding dress because I couldn't think of what else to stream today that I haven't done the past few days. And I wanted to do some art, and I've been thinking about this dress forever, even though I'm probably not going to get married for the next long while, because I don't have a boyfriend. So let's get right into it. Okay. And this is going to be my first time really designing a dress, per se, because I haven't done it before. Like, I've designed outfits for characters, but I haven't designed a dress just for the sake of designing a dress. So, let's first draw a base figure, because I need something to draw on. Oh my goodness. I was going to try to set up Spotify, but it won't let me sign in. So, I'll figure it out before next stream, see if I could set up music or something, because, Spotify's being Spotify. I don't pay for Spotify, so I don't care about making a different account. I need to see if there's a way to mute ads. Like, just when an ad comes on, it immediately mutes, and then as soon as the song starts back up, it, immediately unmutes. Sorry, my brain is, lagging just as much as the internet is. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling so much, guys. For one, I'm kind of basing it off of my body type. I have pretty wide shoulders due to genetics and whatever. So I'm keeping that in mind when designing this dress. Paladin, do you have input on this? You are standing in the doorway like you're asking to come in. You can't come in. Cats, guys. So going into this, thinking of, what my ideal wedding is, even though I'm not planning on getting married. I don't even have a boyfriend. Like, this is something that might never take place for me. I really want it to take place for me. And I don't even care if people take this idea. Even like my siblings and such. They could take this idea if they want to. I would be disappointed that they wouldn't have their own idea. But I've had this in my head. This is my dream wedding dress. And I've thought about this for years. I want something around my neck because I have a scar on my neck. Just because, when I was young, I had a surgery, whatever, and I ended up with a scar. But, just something to cover it. I'm not ashamed of it. I just think it would take away from the dress. I don't... Look. To a lot of people, that would have been great. But to me, I have very little faith in me. I'm also a tall person. So, another thing with that is, I would have to design it in a way that it would not make me look like I love dresses, but I never buy them because they're never long enough. If I get a floor-length dress, my ankles are still out to see the world. And so, for me, a floor-length dress is not a floor-length dress. So I always don't buy dresses because they're never the right dress. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now that I have like a kind of base to go off of, that was a lot easier. Just, I don't have to draw a base. Let me copy layer, paste layer. I always say what I'm doing because it doesn't actually show up. That's not. I just want to move it. I want to show, like, make a couple different designs, and then I'll tell you more about like my dream wedding versus just the wedding dress, because this has been in my brain forever, like what my ideal wedding is. Just because it is. Merge. Come on, computer, don't crash on me. Duplicate layer. I'm going to design 4 different dresses. Merge with light blue. I just want to erase whatever that little dot is. There. Okay. Unlock it. Paladin, does your opinion matter right now? Exactly. You heard it from him, not from me. He said no. Alright. Now, let's start designing a dress. One thing that's gonna stay consistent with these dresses is that they're all gonna have big poofy sleeves. It's my favorite thing with dresses is that they have these big poofy sleeves. Maybe this was a terrible idea. I'm horrible at drawing dresses. Oh, it looks so bad. Maybe I'll just stick with drawing the figure I'm gonna draw it on because I don't like this figure anymore. Yeah. Oh, I almost knocked my phone off the table. Stop touching my phone. Don't know me. What do you want? Guys, he's a crackhead. Okay. Don't judge the feet or hands. I usually spend way more time on them. But this is literally just a base. Oh, I don't like this. Why is it not? Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Oh, trying to knock everything off my desk, guys. So right now I'm just doing a sketch of I haven't even gotten into drawing the dress. And I need to pull up reference pictures of what I'm looking for as well. Just because I have an idea of how it looks like in my head, but I can't draw what is in my head, if that makes sense. I think if that was a superpower, everyone would have that superpower, especially any artist in the world. Like, I think every artist has been to the point where they're like, I want this to be on paper, but I can't. My skill level is not to that level yet. I always think of it, if this arm was to be straight down, it would be just about mid-thigh where your hand is. So this would be that hand, because of like trajectory and everything. Well, technically it would be a little bit. It would be like that. But if you think of like trajectory of the hand, if it were to be down at the sides, it would be here. And then your fingers would be here. So fingers are like that. So I always think of it like that. I'm just drawing mitten hands because hands are not important to draw a dress. But I just want to show you like my thinking of how and why I draw hands and arms the way they are. Like how I think it out. So that the anatomy is at least semi-correct. I know I still need to work on my anatomy, but I haven't met an artist who doesn't have something they're working on. I bet even the most famous artists out there, Leonardo da Vinci, I bet he still had things that he was working on up until the point that he passed away. I don't know the story of how he passed away, because we didn't learn that in art school. We learned that he did art school. Art class. Not school. Okay. And I will also be testing out testing out hairstyles on this page, while I describe what I want my dream wedding to be. So, I've always had this idea in my head of what my dream wedding would be. I've had it in my head since I was 18. And it's always been so hard to say. But I've had this thought that I want it, like, my wedding to be on our first property together. Whomever my potential husband is, or any of that, it would always be on the our property, wherever that may be. Sorry, my brain is like not working. I forgot what I was saying. It's really hard for me to art and talk at the same time. I think I got them all at least evenly spaced. Oh. Can you... merge with layer blue. My dream wedding has always been like on our property that we buy together. And like after the reception, after we like actually get married, at like the after party where we have our dance, where I dance with my dad, where we listen to music and stuff, all of that dancing is going to be the foundation of our barn on our property that we build. Instead of the house, because house foundation, you're going to have poles sticking up, you're going to have, the foundation is very messy, and it's not just a flat slab of concrete. But when you're building a barn, it usually is just on a flat slab of concrete. So that is why I was like, oh, it's going to be during the barn raising. The barn raising is going to be like leading up to the party, or leading up to the wedding, is going to be, we're going to have like a huge barn raising and music and dancing and, you know, all this leading up to the wedding. Can you stop touching things? Paladin, I'm trying to talk and you are interrupting. But having, you know, this barn raising leading up to my wedding, and where we are, there is a group of people called the Amish, and they are so kind. I've met a lot of them, but they often, they're often hired to do these barn raisings. And so I would hire them to do the barn raisings for one. They get it done so quickly, and they're such kind people. I have not met a mean Amish person. Not that there isn't some out there. I just have never met them where I'm at in the world. And so I would hire them to build this barn. And that is like my dream wedding, is to have a barn raising leading up to the wedding, having the wedding in the barn, and then having the dance. The first dance, and then the father-daughter dance. Like that is my dream wedding, and you know, it's not going to be cheap, but it's cheaper than a wedding anywhere else near where I live. Just because where I live is a very touristy area, so a lot of people spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get married here, just because of how beautiful the country that I live in is. But you know, this is like my dream ideal wedding, and there's a lot up for, you know, having it so vague means that there's a lot Like, I would not have this wedding midsummer where it's like, 90 degrees. I would have it late spring, early summer. Just give me 1 second. Paladin is messing us up. Okay, I'm back. And I lost my train of thought. That train gets so easily derailed, guys. Paladin. No. Alright, now I gotta go into actually designing the dress. Okay. Okay, let me look up reference pictures. One thing I don't like about wedding dresses, like most wedding dresses that are out there, is the, like, tight to the skin sleeves. I really like poofy sleeves, like Victorian wedding dresses. The one that I'm actually using for reference, it kind of goes like this. And then the sleeves kind of go out from this point. Another thing with my height being what it is that sleeves are never long enough. And so I would want long enough sleeves that if I were to I sometimes like to cover my hands with my sleeves like this. But if I were to want to do that, I could do that. I don't know about this neckline though. I know it's like that princess neckline, but I have like scars on my here and I have a scar on my neck. So I just don't know if I want a neckline like that. I'll test it out on the other dresses. It's just a thought that I am having. Gosh, I love this dress. It's so pretty. And her hair is beautiful too. I wish I could show you guys this dress, but I would have to like change how OBS is set up and everything. And I just don't want to. I'm trying, guys, I promise. Just I don't know what like lace this would be, but it's lace. Just imagine that. Nope. Yeah. There you go. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I had this idea and I'm regretting this idea because I'm not very good at it. I know what I want in the middle of this pendant. I have like something there. And maybe this here is like lace. I know it would be like a flowery design lace. So I'm just gonna do this box with the lines in it. Is lace. That's not how you spell it, but everyone knows what I mean, guys. So it'd be flower lace below I really don't know what I'm doing here with the bodice. Is that what it's called? I know very little about designing actual clothing. Little to none, actually. Hey, Paladin. I'm busy. Can you not do that right now? Can you, like, I don't know, do what you do 90% of the time? Being quiet. I promise I love him, guys. He's like an annoying little brother. Anyone who's had those understands. And then like this. I really don't know what I'm doing, guys. There we go. Sorry, I'm like being very quiet. I have no clue what I'm doing. English is hard, guys. I need to look at another top of a wedding dress. Oh, this one's pretty. Could never pull it off, but it is pretty. I don't think I have assets for a dress like that. If you know, you know. I don't have the lack of assets, I should say. I have too much assets. I'm a really like modest dress. Some of these gals that model these wedding dresses are just gorgeous. Makes me jealous. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I need the morning people's help. I thought I got an actual comment. Not a comment from an AI chatbot. Okay. This dress is gorgeous. I like the... I'm struggling so much. I'm not going to cover the sleeves because I want the sleeves to be, you know, there. Nope, I don't like that shape. I don't like that shape. And of course it'll have a train, but I don't know, guys. I bet some of my family already has an idea of what my wedding would look like, but it's not gonna be what they're thinking. They're thinking. I know English, guys. And of course, floor length everything. Floor length, floor length, floor length. I love floor length gowns. I think they're so beautiful. But I could just never get what I want at the store. Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought this was, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. And then like a poofy skirt that poofs out. So this fabric here goes straight down. Like this is where this fabric is. It's like straight down fabric. And then you have like a split here. Not like a slit, but like a split of different kinds of fabric. And you have fabric that goes like that. You guys see the vision, right? And then you have like poofy, I don't know what you would call it, but it's like something poofy here. And then you have, do you guys see the vision? The vision is there. And then I don't care if I wear white tennis shoes underneath this dress. I am not wearing heels. I'm already tall. Okay. Now it's time to move on to a different dress. I just don't want it to be off the screen. Okay. So that's one dress. I might have to, here, get rid of this person. Okay. And then okay, there we go. I'll do like hairstyles down here with where I'm planning on having my hair at the time of a wedding. Okay. I need to go back up to that one wedding dress. I'm like moving back and forth between all these wedding dresses. I only like the sleeves of this dress. And it won't even be exactly... No, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't know why I don't like that. And then like another poof out. Oh, I'm drawing it on the wrong layer. Okay. If I don't see any of your comments, I'm so sorry. I have reference pictures pulled up on my phone, which is where I could see my comments. So I'm so sorry if I don't respond right away, but I am trying to periodically check comments. I don't know how large that would be. There we go. Like that. Except like prettier. You guys know what I mean. Not so Like this line is, let me move back over here. A-S lace. Yes. And then like the sleeves. It actually poofs out like that. Oh, where did the center line go? Oh, I turned it off right. Yep. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up now. Right, so I have like 4 shows I'm gonna watch like really soon. And all of them ended on a cliffhanger. Don't you love it when shows end on a cliffhanger? I'm also thinking for these dress, will I be itchy in this dress the whole day? Oh my goodness. Actually, I'm gonna scrap these sleeves because I'm looking at it now and I would be, yes, that would be uncomfortable. But I don't like these sleeves. I want the sleeve to go out, but like this side be shorter, so it's like this. I don't know if that makes sense. No, go away. I don't like you. I don't know. I like these sleeves, but I don't know how to draw them where it like makes sense. I know it's like the same as the other sleeves, but they're slightly different. Hmm. That's more like lace. Kind of like this over here, but over here. Okay. Now, a lot of these dresses that I'm looking at, they have like a waistband. So like here, where the dress, where the natural corset of the dress, because of how the body is shaped. Now, this is not probably anatomic. Whoa, guys. But they have like a belt. I don't know how it's. I don't know how to draw it. Hmm. I'm struggling so much. These don't look right. Okay. There we go. There we go. Just to add some visual interest to the booby area. I know my grandmother would know a lot about the words of people who make dresses and all this. Like, how it makes sense. Looks like I'm wearing pants. You just need a... Don't that look funny? Here, I want to fix a couple things. For one. And this. Like something like that. With more flowers. Here. Something like that on the bodice. On the chest area. I'm great with words and all sorts of things. Whoa. I don't even know how I got to that screen. That's wonderful when that happens. Okay. I'm back. For some reason, my phone and my computer all freaked out at the same time. This is supposed to be like a budded flower. I really like Joseph's Coates flowers. And my grandmother would actually grow them in her garden. And I thought they were just so pretty. Have some of my favorite pictures are of those flowers. There we go. Not so pretty. I promise, I'm better at drawing flowers when I actually try to draw flowers. But everything has a purpose. Ooh, I love this like neck. On this reference picture, I'm like grabbing from like 20 different reference pictures, but she has like this ruffle thing around her neck, and I think it's so pretty. But I want to keep the necklace. The necklace is very important to me. I'd have to get my ears pierced. I had them pierced a long time ago, but like, even if it's fake earrings, having dangly little flowers. I don't know, guys. There's so much decisions. I also like asymmetrical looks as well. Most wedding dresses are symmetrical, but there's a few that are asymmetrical. Symmetrical wedding dress. That's not a wedding dress. That's not a wedding dress. These are party dresses. I'm talking about wedding dresses. If I saw this dress, I wouldn't think, oh, that's a wedding dress. I would think, oh, that's a dress you're going to wear to a party. Come on, guys. Wedding. That's AI. Disgusting. Google do better. I know that's asking too much. I asked too much of Google, guys. It's not asymmetrical, but that is a pretty wedding dress. Gosh, this lady is gorgeous, but she looks like she's not trying to touch the wedding dress. Like she's trying really hard not to touch the wedding dress that is on her. Some of these wedding dresses are just beautiful. But I wouldn't personally pick them because they don't have the correct sleeves. Like, I've wanted sleeves like this for my wedding dress since I was 10. Like, this is the sleeves that I want. And one thing that I always want for my wedding is that I want to feel beautiful. I don't want to feel uncomfortable or like trying to hide certain parts of myself the whole day because I want it to be perfect. Like, I just want to feel beautiful. one thing that my aunt did that I got a lot of my ideas for my wedding for is that she bought her dress. So, and I think that's going to be the one main expense for me as well, is buying my wedding dress. Because I want it to be something that I could, show my daughters. And like my mom's wedding dress, she bought her wedding dress. And my parents were on a very, they were on a very strict budget. So they got married in a church. They, I think the most expensive thing was the wedding dress, and it was only like, I think she said it was less than $1,000. From my memory, I believe that's how much it was. But for their honeymoon, they spent most of their money on their honeymoon. Which is my plan as well, spending most of my money on my honeymoon. But the reason why I want a barn raising is because it will have more uses than just being, a barn. I'm trying out this. I don't know if I like it though. Sorry guys that I can't actually draw lace. But this is my idea. This is lace, This is lace. And then moving on to the next dress. I know I'm not putting a lot of thought into the bottom, but I've never had an idea for the bottom of a dress before. So I was watching a video on this lady, she's getting married, right? And she has made her own wedding dress. And she got really sick before her wedding. So, had to go to the hospital, had to get surgery. So she didn't get to... She's making her own wedding dress. And so she had to delay... Not the wedding, but she had to delay... Wait, I think she delayed the wedding. I can't remember. I'm confused now, guys. But, she had to delay everything. But she made this gorgeous dress. And it had, on the back, it had like, a wavy piece of fabric like this. With like a bunch of roses. I know this is like the most horrible flower on the planet. But like just roses along this with little flowers here and here and here, but all along this dress there was flowers and bigger flowers, and it just like went like this. Like, this is how the back of the dress looked. And I thought, that's just so gorgeous. I wish I was creative in that area of expertise. Because this back here, and then she had like beautiful flowing fabric on either side, just gorgeous. Sorry, my flowers are like really not great flowers. There you go. But anyway, that's like the back that I don't know. Just gorgeous. And then like having the flowing fabric or whatever. Anyway, I just wanted to draw that out because it was like popped into my head and I'm like, I kind of want that. That's so gorgeous. But I am not. Oh my gosh. Look, guys. I need to. I know what I'm looking at. Like, I know how I want it to look, but I don't know how to illustrate how I want it to look. You understand me? I said turn off that. And then, like, Nope. Scrap it. No. I'm struggling with this one. Need to go back to the... Okay. I was scrolling through these wedding dresses and it looked like there was a wedding dress that was on a mannequin, but it had like arms, like human arms on it. And so I thought it was some sort of AI. It's not AI, it's just like a posable mannequin that just does not have a head. If you know what I mean. For this is gonna be like after party. Or after wedding. Dress. Like I'll just have a single little loopy earring and these sleeves. After wedding dress kind of thing. I don't know, after wedding dress. There's like these white like undershirt things that are kind of lacy, but like not too wedding-y. English, guys. It's a language that our ancestors have taught us. But nobody has seemed to learn it. Alright, there we go. That's like what I was thinking. Having this, like, underlace shirt. And then just have, like, the dress go to there. Or something. I don't know. I don't like any dresses shorter than this. So that's like the shortest I'm going to go. Is the knees. But even if I have just like a straight dress, or something like this. I don't know, guys. I had this idea to make a really cool video, and then it's not a really cool video anymore. Something like this. Having a very straight skirt, no poofiness. There we go. And this shirt would have, or this shirt, this dress would have no train. It would just be a dress. There you go. Okay. Now it's time to move on to hairstyles. I'm not doing the back of dresses because I would not be great at doing the back of dresses. I'm terrible at doing the front of dresses, as is. I don't even know how long this video is so far. I've been doing this for an hour and a half. Or even if I have like this top and then have a removable portion of the skirt that I could just like unclip and take most of the top skirt off, and then like the bottom, what do they call it when it's like under the skirt but it gives it volume? I can't remember what it's called, but like taking that part off. So having like, this part be like removable. That part of the dress be removable with the train. Remove it with So like this part of the skirt, this over part here, be removable with the train, and then have it be that. To look like that. So basically have like two dresses in one, basically. So that would be the dress that I get married in, this one. And then that would be the dress that I dance in. If that all makes sense. I know there's a lot of arrows, a lot of circles. Yeah. Merge with layer below. Just scooting it over a little bit. There we go. Now, let's look at hairstyles. And I would have my mom or my grandma do my hair for the wedding instead of hiring it out. So it needs to be something that they could do. And I don't want something that'll take me 5 hours to get out of my hair at the end of the wedding. And my plan for my wedding is just to have, like, you know, my parents. So, my parents, his parents, my grandmother and my grandpa, his grandmother and his grandma, or grandparents, other grandma, other grandpa. I only have 2 grandparents that I would be inviting to this. Well, and Papa. I have 2 grandpas. So it'd be my papa, my grandma, my grandpa. My mom and dad. Mom and dad. And if both of his grandparents are alive, them. If he wants to invite them. I don't know. But it'd be my papa, my grandma, and my grandpa. My mom and my dad. My siblings. His siblings. The usher. Not the usher. The person to marry us. The photographer. And then my friend and his friends. I don't know if he has friends or not. He could not have grandparents. He could not have a friend. He could not have siblings. He could not have parents. I don't know. And then, of course, us. Me and him and me. And then the person to marry us. You know. But our moms. dad's grandma and grandpa and papa, and then his grandparents. And then sibs. That's a sib. Sib. And then sib. Pastor or person to marry us. Us. I want it to be my pastor, but I don't know if he's, you know. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. And then us. For a fictional wedding, I am planning a lot. B, F, F, and B, F, F. So very small wedding. A very small wedding. Like, I'm not planning to have 40 people there. I'm planning on having my grandparents, my mom and dad, my siblings, and a best friend. And of course, my future husband. His parents, his grandparents, his siblings, his best friends. I'm talking about best friends, not person you met at the bar last week. Kind of person. I actually won't be drawing hairstyles because I don't know what I want. Like, I have an idea of what I want. I don't know what I want, though. It depends on the dress. You can't get a hairstyle based on a dress that you don't have. You know? Actually, I'm gonna leave this there. You know. Future wedding stuff. If I'm ever get married. That's like a big if. I don't even have a boyfriend. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just setting myself up for disaster, guys. Where's my... What happened? Oh, there it is. I set down my pen just for a second and I looked around and it was not there. I'm just gonna sketch out this picture that I've had in my head forever. Us dancing on the foundation of a barn. You know? With like stringy lights. And that's a P. There we go. To a wedding, that'll probably never happen. I have very little faith in me and my ability to get a boyfriend. Wait, 1 second. I need to take a screenshot. Actually, I did not want to close that. Snip and sketch. New. Okay. Save. Okay. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your day, and goodbye!